The open source backbone of the digital age, the global software ecosystem, is now fundamentally dependent on a complex, corporate-backed open source infrastructure that balances innovation with profound strategic tensions. The transition from fragmented collaboration via mailing lists to centralized platforms like GitHub and GitLab has created an unprecedented engine for global innovation, enabling projects from Linux to Kubernetes to coordinate thousands of contributors.
This infrastructure forms the critical substrate for modern computing, from AI development with TensorFlow to global cloud infrastructure. However, this dependency creates a core strategic conflict. While major cloud providers like AWS, Google, and Microsoft Azure are the largest consumers and beneficiaries of this open-source software, their commercialization of hosted services creates sustainability debates and licensing wars, challenging the very collaborative model they rely upon.
From mailing lists to global orchestration, the standardization of distributed version control and CI/CD pipelines transformed open source from a niche pursuit into the default operating system for global tech. The pre-platform era was defined by technical friction, limiting participation and slowing development cycles to a pace incompatible with modern demands.
The launch of GitHub in 2008 was a pivotal inflection point, institutionalizing Git workflows, social coding via pull requests, and enabling frictionless global contribution. This was complemented by platforms like GitLab, which catered to European data sovereignty needs with its self-managed option, and specialized forges like Codeberg.
The result is a layered platform ecosystem that supports everything from legacy projects on SourceForge to community-governed initiatives, providing the essential collaboration layer upon which all subsequent open-source innovation has been built.
The corporate community symbiosis and its fault lines open source project governance has evolved into a sophisticated model where corporate sponsorship and neutral foundations manage globally critical infrastructure, yet monetization strategies threaten this equilibrium. Foundations like the Cloud Native Computing Foundation (CNCF) and the Apache Software Foundation provide the governance framework that allows projects like Kubernetes and Apache Kafka to become neutral, multi-vendor standards powering global enterprise and government infrastructure.
This model demonstrates how corporate-originated projects can achieve community-led stewardship. Conversely, projects like OpenStack highlight the strategic importance of infrastructure sovereignty, particularly for telecoms and governments outside North America.
The central tension arises from the cloud providers' dual role. They are massive contributors of code and funding, yet their profitable managed services Amazon EKS Google Kubernetes engine built on open source cores have prompted licensing shifts and raised fundamental questions about the long-term economic sustainability of the projects they depend on.
An interdependent future on shared infrastructure. The global digital economy's resilience hinges on navigating the strategic codependency between open source communities and the commercial giants that dominate the cloud. The verdict is one of profound, irreversible interdependence.
The automation stack from Jenkins and GitHub Actions to Prometheus and Terraform is overwhelmingly open source, enabling small teams to operate at a global scale. This shared infrastructure is non-negotiable for modern IT, science, and innovation.
The strategic projection points toward continued evolution in licensing models and foundation governance as the primary battlegrounds. Organizations must develop a sophisticated open-source strategy that considers not just technical utility but also governance alignment, compliance needs, and the political economy of software sustainability.
The future will be defined by whether this symbiotic relationship can be rebalanced to ensure the long-term viability of the open-source backbone itself.